Here we are. We are live.
Oh, that's good. Hi, Matt. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Matt and Suzie.
Yes, and welcome to Suzilla. It is our mostly weekly podcast,
Yeah, we try to do our best, and
launching from the Suzie Health Solutions Enrollment Center in Wenatchee, the lovely Wenatchee, Washington.
yay!
In case you're wondering where we were, we're in Central Washington. Because you could be listening from Jamaica for all I know.
This is true. We do got some international following.
That's right.
But today we're going to talk about the wonderful, wacky world of Christmas wars.
Christmas wars.
Oh, the holiday wars. It is one of those weird things that is a big conflict in our country.
Well, it's manufactured conflict.
Well, there are multiple conflicts of it, because I mean, if you think about it, the days of yesterday, there was Christmas parties.
Yes.
And you had like offices shut down, you get Christmas bonuses.
That still happens in some places.
Oh yeah, I know Wall Street's doing like record level bonuses, but we're talking the rest of us on Main Street. that was one of the little factoids I learned today.
Okay, here we go. 20 celebrations this holiday season besides Christmas. Okay, I know about like Hanukkah, which we're doing right now.
We're in the middle of Hanukkah.
Let's see.
It was strange that we have not done a noodle kugel.
No, I have not done a noodle kugel yet. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Let's see. We already passed Diwali. Kwanzaa's coming up. Let's see. We see Lunar New Year probably somewhere in January, February.
Okay, there is a massive amounts of holidays.
Oh yeah, so that's why Happy Holidays is a perfectly logical thing to say.
Yeah, it comes down to my mouth. Okay, I'm sitting here wearing my big Santa Claus Sasquatch shirt.
Yes.
We've got a Christmas tree. I am just absolutely enthralled with the joy that is.
He really is. He's a super Christmas dude. He likes his holidays.
I like my
Matt likes his holidays. He starts in October and it just does not stop.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things that keeps me pumped up. It's like, okay, what's next? What's the next party I can have? And that's really the kind of the feeling I've adopted over the years.
Okay.
I had a third grade school teacher. I can't remember her name, but one of the jokes was there was a party in that class every week. And it's like, well, why can't you really live your life that way?
Because it's frivolous?
That's the business side of you.
Yes.
However, don't you want your customers to feel that frivolous nature? Have a little fun?
I want them to have fun. That's why I have you.
Yes.
Because I'm kind of humbuggy.
But being a humbuggy is celebrating in its own nature.
Okay.
You can be a curmudgeon and everything sucks.
No, I'm not saying everything sucks. I'm just saying holidays, so.
And strangely, that is my birthday is International Goth Day. That is a perfect day to be a humbuggy.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You didn't know that, did you?
No.
Yes, it really is.
Why do I let you bait me on stuff like this? Okay, so what's my birthday?
It's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
I'm sure it's something international or national.
Probably. But yeah, we work on having fun.
We do. And actually he if given the opportunity, I would be a lot less fun than him. Matt makes me have more fun than I ever would have normally.
Thank you.
It's true.
But it's part of that holiday cheer, that joy. Yeah, I restrict myself. I'm in Wham Holla.
You are in Wham Holla.
I am in Wham Holla. I enter it quickly.
Yes, he failed at Whamageddon. Well, that's because we've got our internet radio choice, our Alexa.
It's about a 2-hour loop.
Yeah, we got to change. I think we need to change that up a little because I'm getting a little bored with it.
So yeah. Anyway, one of the little things that our friends does is
Whamageddon.
Was Whamageddon. It's Wham's Last Christmas. And see on how long you can last until you hear Wham's Last Christmas.
The original. You can hear as many cover versions as you want. That's cool. But if you hear the original Last Christmas by Wham, you have entered Wham Holla
Yes.
because you have failed Whamageddon.
Yes.
I failed way early this year.
Yeah, about 10:30 for me.
Yeah.
But that's part of the fun is having weird little games.
Yeah, it's just those small little things that make a difference. It's the it's the I don't know. It's the cookie the cookie trades.
Yeah, we don't see cookie trades anymore.
That's because we don't work in retail. We don't work with
Well,
large groups of people. It's a work thing. Cookie trades are work things.
Okay, when you were working Safeway, it was only 2 years ago. Was there cookie trades going on?
No, but there had been in the past.
15 years ago when I was working at Treetop, there weren't no cookie trades.
We were doing cookie trades when I was working at Shopko. We also did soup contests and trivia contests and that kind of stuff.
But that was a long time
ago. And that was, and Treetop also used to have a company picnic.
Yeah, and that's after that little celebration went away. Kind of the joy got sucked out of the place.
Yeah, it really did.
So that's why it's kind of important to look at what you're doing. It's like, okay, are your walls bare? Are you not having any fun? Are you focused on strictly the bottom line? Then why are you doing what you're doing?
Well, some people are doing what they're doing because they don't realize that they think that the be all end all is making the almighty dollar because that's how we've been trained over the last 20 years. It's not about quality of life. It's not, enjoying what you've got. It's get the dollar. It's he who dies with the most toys wins.
Oh, it's the hustle mentality.
The hustle.
You think it's
See,
hustle
and there's
mentality?
nothing wrong with a hustle mentality, but you got to stop and smell the roses.
Now, you can't say I don't have the hustle mentality.
Oh, you totally have the hustle mentality, but you also smell the roses.
Yeah, and part of that is enjoying the journey along the way.
Mm-hmm. And some people can't do that. Some people get way too focused. Me, I'm a lot less of a hustle mentality. Mm-hmm. But I'm a good hustle mentality supporter.
Yeah, well, support staff is important, and you bake the best cookies around.
I thank you.
And that's actually one of the things we're giving away this year is we decided to kind of work through the enrollment season, and we've been about every 3 weeks, about every 3 weeks we've been giving away a prize. 3-4 weeks. Our next one is we're giving away a cookie jar on December 20th.
It's a nice cookie jar too. The Vigilant Dragons cookie jar.
Yeah, from Calamitywear, so you can actually look it up and say, "Oh my gosh,
that's awesome!"
So, and we're doing little goofy things like that to kind of make our way through the season because, despite what everyone wants to believe, insurance is a retail business. We have a shop. We have a storefront. We have a storefront.
But you don't have to have a storefront.
You don't have to, but we do. So you got to make it pleasant for folks coming in. You work with the public.
True.
Yes, there are many a day where someone comes in and says, "Oh, I want $1 million worth of coverage," and just pull that lever, and it just never works.
No. I want full coverage. I want everything free.
And it's like, no, that's not going to happen.
I'll pay $1,200 a month if I just don't have to pay a bill. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't quite work that way. But for better or for worse, we are retail in a retail space.
I'm not sure we actually qualify as retail. We're more of a service industry.
However, and this is you actually pointed this out, is doctors are PO'd about being put in and being rated and doing retail medicine. Pharmacists are PO'd because they got all this money and they spend a degree and they're doing retail.
Well, they don't have to do retail though. Pharmacists can go into other.
However, the majority you interacted with,
but we're retail.
We're retail,
and they chose that.
There are apps to find your lawyers.
Yeah.
You're selling product.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and your product sometimes is yourself.
Sometimes it's yourself, sometimes it's your knowledge. So it is. You might as well embrace being retail. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay. But I'm not working for somebody else, and that's the best part.
Well, that is, we've got the power of being self-employed, and these days it's I think it's more powerful.
I think so too. Well, the nice thing about what we're doing, the power of being self-employed, is we can do weird things and wear Christmassy clothes and not be violating a company policy, because we are the company policy. And damn it, that's a good thing. Yeah. I write the policy. If I say you have to wear a Santa hat, damn it, you have to wear a Santa hat because I wrote the policy. Talking to you, Nick.
Yeah, we're going to go do an event tomorrow.
Friday, yeah.
Up in Moses Lake.
Yeah, just to try and make sure people know that the enrollment season's closing and they need, if they want health insurance, this is the time.
Yeah, we actually carved out space to do this.
Yes, and it was a carve.
And we sat there and it's like, okay, how are we going to do this? I was like, okay, we're gonna wear Santa hats so people can see us.
Yes. And buffalo check hoodies.
And buffalo check hoodies.
We are going to be very festive looking.
We're going to be festive looking. We're going to stand out, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
That is absolutely our goal.
Despite knowing very little of what's going on.
We know what we're doing, but we have no idea what the ultimate grand plan is for this program. It's like, okay, great. We'll be there. Have a good time. If it's a complete disaster, we'll go home.
True.
Yeah. We have a car. I mean, we're not trapped.
We have a car. We're adults. We have money in our pocket, and it's like, okay, we're gonna roll in. We're gonna have. It's gonna be like any other party.
Oh yeah. And if it's a sucky party, you go home.
You go home.
Yeah, there's no obligation to stay at a suck party.
But
people need to realize that there is no obligation to stay at a sucky party.
Yeah, but that's one of those things you have to realize when you grow up.
Yes, most folks don't realize it until after they grow up, or if then,
or they've got this strange vested interest that I'm going to get something by staying in this horrible place.
I've done that. I have. I've done that, and it was a giant mistake.
It always is.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not going to get the date.
No.
You're not going to get that number.
Okay.
You're not going to do the business deal.
Do you want my story?
Oh, let's get the story.
Okay, there's a story. So, when I graduated from high school, there was a whole big thing about, let's keep the kids so they're doing something, so they're not off having, big drinking parties and being unsafe and blah, blah, blah. So they threw an all-nighter, as it were, at the high school gym.
Oh, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Well, all kinds of things went wrong. But their main incentive for stuff, they said, okay, we're going to bring in pizza and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And we're going to have games and blah, blah, blah. And music. And, well, it was, of course, generally speaking, a dud because, well, what the hell is there to do at
in a gym
in a high school? And the main incentive they had to stick around is they were going to give a car away at the end of the night.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. At like 5 in the morning.
Okay.
So you had to stay all night.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a horrible, horrible experience. It was boring. I was tired. I was lonely. And
You didn't get a car.
I didn't get a car. And then...
Was there any consolation prizes?
Not in the least. I'm sure there was something, but I certainly didn't get anything. And I had been harassed over the last 4 years by this one kid. This dopey little thinks he's the biggest bee's knees boy, right? And I use the word boy appropriately here.
Okay.
We were in the same class, but he gave me a hard time on a regular basis. We had graduated from high school. I was never, ever probably going to see him again. On the way out that morning, he decided to go after me one last time. I grabbed him by the collar, threw him up against the wall, and gave him what for. That was my favorite part of the night.
So a little bit of violence, a little MMA action.
I did not hurt him. I just scared the snot out of him.
Well, at least you got something out of it. You got a good story.
I got a decent story out of it. I don't know if I've ever told that story.
Probably not.
No.
Because you're not generally known for your physical.
I don't get physical.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't. It's
there are plenty of times you should have.
It's very rare for me to get to that point.
but 4 years was enough.
It was like I was so done with this little snot. But Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
But that's why you should leave a bad party.
Yeah, but it's I think people get that investment.
They do. They
that
get
personal investment. Like, oh yeah, they're gonna bring out the good dip.
No, they're really not.
No,
They're
the
really...
best is always front loaded.
Yeah.
So if you walk in, just take a seat, and it's like it's been going for an hour, and it doesn't look like it's been going for an hour. Find another throw a party.
Throw a party. There you go. Well, you know what? Some people wait for it, where a lot of it is birthdays. You feel like you have to wait for the cake to come out.
Okay.
But once the cake's out, you can leave.
Yeah, I could see that one. What if the cake's, hey, put some effort into it, folks. Seriously, put some effort into it. We have tormented our coworkers. I think the best was when I was running the post office crew. Because we inevitably had Bimsy.
Oh yeah.
And Emmanuel is just this wonderful guy, and
big heart, nice kid,
but he hasn't experienced life.
Not much.
And I think the first one he issued was.
At least he hadn't. He's definitely had more experience since then.
Yeah, we kind of.
Which I certainly hope, because it's been like 15 years.
But it's like I remember him going off on how horrible pumpkin pie was.
Yes.
And so we brought him a homemade pumpkin pie.
Because I make a pretty darn good pumpkin pie.
Because Susie's the pie maker. and he was like, this ain't pumpkin pie. And it's like, yeah, this is pumpkin pie. And it's like, and he's like, no, this is not pumpkin pie. This is delicious.
Yeah.
And he did that with cheesecake. He said, we showed up a cheesecake one time. And I was like, this ain't cheesecake. And he was just couldn't stop eating.
Yeah.
And it's just putting that little bit of effort into the celebration.
Well, and okay, then there was a time I made the cake for his kid's birthday.
Oh yeah, Emma's birthday.
Yeah,
you made the
Nemo cake.
The Nemo cake, yes. Because she was big on finding Nemo and Dory.
And they were having a hard time. They were financially tight. They couldn't go to a bakery and have one made. So I made one for them. And I'd never actually done any kind of decorating like that before. And it didn't turn out too bad. I have to see if I can find it. I have a picture of it somewhere. Yeah, I did that. And that's part of, and that's supporting your friends in their desire to have a party.
Yeah. It's like, when did we become this weird nation of buzzkill?
I don't know. I'm going to blame the internet, because I want to blame the internet.
You're going to blame the internet?
I'm going to blame the internet. Where on earth is that thing?
So, yeah, it's take the time to go out and celebrate. It doesn't have to be your party.
No.
It doesn't have to be your holiday.
No.
But put some effort and have fun.
Yeah. Well, okay. Another good example, it doesn't have to be your holiday, is when Thanksgiving and Hanukkah landed at the same time. And I brought a noodle kugel for dessert.
That messed with some folks' heads.
Oh, look, there's one.
Yay!
One of things I made was it's a Jewish dessert. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a cheesecake filling, but you bake it with egg noodles.
Yeah, it was with pineapples.
Oh my God, it was good. And now I might have to make one this weekend.
But that was one of the things is it kind of that breaking of bread and celebrating together.
Yeah, and acknowledging that the fact that it's not just Christmas, it's not just Thanksgiving. There's all kinds of stuff going on. People's birthdays, holidays abound this time of year. So expand your horizons a little bit. Celebrate Diwali if you want to celebrate Diwali. At least be respectful about it. Mm-hmm. But no, there is no war on Christmas. If a person says happy holidays, it's because they're trying to be inclusive.
Yeah. Well, it's
not exclusive, inclusive.
Because there is a ton.
Mm-hmm. I've been annoyed by that whole war on Christmas thing for a long time.
Because it hasn't.
Because it doesn't exist. It's manufactured.
Well, Christmas has evolved.
It has.
Because I remember, looking at it. It was when I was deep into poetry.
Yes.
And of course, it's that famous poem.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Oh, it was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, and not even a mouse.
Yeah. Twas the night before Christmas is what it's called there. Yeah.
And anyway, that was a big change in American culture. You didn't know this.
Oh yeah, it created Christmas in a lot of ways.
Well, before, all the poor people would gather together, go up, march up to the hill on the hillside, because that was where the rich folks lived.
Yes.
And the rich folk would give them gifts.
Right. That's where the stockings come from.
That's where all the stockings and stuff came from. So that poem was part of kind of a way to socially change that, so that instead of marching up to the rich folk,
the rich folk would march down.
The kids marched to the parents.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it kind of gained the popularity. That's why I was like, okay, I'll grit my teeth and do it. But that was a change in the American culture and the American business world.
Well, and let's also consider that's a really pretty how and the modern day Santa Claus was created by Coca-Cola.
Yes, that was pure Coca-Cola marketing.
Yep.
That's why he's wearing the red and the white.
Yep.
So there's always been a weird relationship with the holidays and business.
Exactly. And that's not a bad thing. Well, it can be.
How can it be?
Because it becomes okay. So the initial concept behind Christmas was just it was created by the Christians to celebrate Christ's birthday, to mark Christ's birthday, because why not? And there are those that would say that the commercialization of Christmas takes away from, quote, the reason for the season, end quote.
See, she's the buzzkill of the group.
I told you. I never claimed it wasn't.
So, yeah, but it's evolved throughout the times. All the holidays have.
Well, yeah.
And so being inclusive is not necessarily a bad thing, because there are folks that say that, hey, Christmas is on the 25th because it's the solstice and Yule was on the 21st, and it was the adoption of the pagan holiday with the whole tree and the Yule log thing.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, that's a whole philosophical discussion.
Thor.
Rah, this is not the conversation. This is not the moment to have that conversation.
Correct.
But we can someday. I like this new coffee. What do you think?
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, don't be afraid to make holidays your own in your space.
Exactly. Celebrate how you want to celebrate. Don't say that my holiday's right and your holiday's wrong. Your holiday is not more important than someone else's.
True, and it's a point where you can express yourself and educate other people about you,
and they get to know who you are
and build a connection. Because we know a bunch of people who do the whole Yule solstice thing.
Oh, absolutely!
It's like, oh, here, have some mead.
Yeah, we got more than one pagan in our world.
And we're like, okay, awesome.
Like mead, yum yum.
Not really.
I'm just being nice.
But that's one of those ones you be nice. It's like, here, have some cookies.
Yeah, we trade mead for cookies. I never once had them.
But that's weird. You don't like mead.
Maybe I just had a decent mead. That's really possible.
That is possible. Because Susie's a big honey fanatic person.
That's true. I should probably try a decent mead. It's made by local craft version.
There's got to be craft versions out there.
I'll talk to Sarah. I'm sure she's got hookups.
Yeah,
she's a beekeeper. She's got to have hookups.
She has hookups. And what we do is, it's like I prefer if I'm going to go out. Yeah, I'll do the eggnog. We've made eggnog.
Yes,
and that is a crazy different experience than getting it from a container at a store.
True.
If you haven't tried making eggnog, get yourself a blender. Give it a shot. There's some good recipes out there.
Alton Brown has one that you start months ahead and let it just hang out.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Oh, you let it kind of mellow in your fridge for a long. It's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some hardcore booze in there.
I think there is. I'd have to go back and look at the recipe.
Yeah, my days of hardcore booze are long over because I'm more on the dad side of these things.
Well, yes, that's true.
So yeah, celebrate.
Celebrate. Embrace the celebration. Have an
exchange.
Exchange
It's
ideas.
It's an exchange of joy.
Yeah, there you go. Even goofy joy.
Even goofy joy. Do not get so out of control that you don't remember what you do.
Yeah, because that just doesn't do anybody any good.
Yeah. I know many a copy machine has been broken from sitting on it. Don't do that.
No.
Safety first. Have fun, spread joy. And yeah, the bottom line, it is about commerce. And if you think about it, when someone comes into your space to do business, is it straight up just business, just the bottom line, or do they want to, do you want to exchange, like smiles and hi, how you doing? How's your kid doing?
A little conversation, a little connection.
Some of that personal connection so that, they want to do business with you on a sustained level.
Mm-hmm. Make the connections.
It's like, oh yeah, they did that goofy rolled cake thing with chocolate that was just delicious. People remember that sort of thing for years to come. I mean, people remember that we crawl out the wee hours of the Black Friday.
Every year.
But we do that, and you start to get known for doing weird things.
If you're going to be known for something, be known for doing something fun. And positive. Don't be that guy is like, God, yeah, I remember him. He was doing that. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be that person. But yeah, have fun. Celebrate. In whatever manner you celebrate. Being true. It's kind of being true to yourself.
Yeah, and it falls into the self-care category in a lot of ways.
Well, yeah, and it's very, like I said, it's one of those. I think the war is not a war on Christmas, but it's a war on self-expression.
Okay, I can see that because we got the whole. It's more of a war on nonconformity.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh yeah, we want everyone to dress the same and act the same and be making the huge amounts of money for the company without getting paid a lot.
That's right. And we see that on a regular basis.
And
we're trying to push that aside. That is not our thing these days.
So yeah, it's be true to yourself, spread a little joy, have a little fun, make a little music. And
make a little noise.
So let's
get down tonight.
We've got a full schedule.
Yes, we do. Very busy
because it is open enrollment season, and I think we've officially we're booked through for a week.
Right in that zone. We are pretty much out of time. But if you're touch base with us, we'll talk to you.
Yeah, we've got some that we're squeezing in, figuring out, expanding more hours beyond our 7 days a week.
Don't expect miracles, but we will do our best to take care of you.
Yes. And hey, take care of yourself and take care of the people you love.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, bye-bye for now.
Bye.